Hey guys, what's up? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a different parts. I'm gonna be making a tutorial so I can teach you guys about the silicone caulk method. And in this video, what I wanted to go ahead and do is give you some pros and cons of this method. Because obviously this is not mold grade silicone, so you're going to suffer some places you're not, but I just want to go ahead and give you a general outlook of the pros and cons of this method. Alright, now first let's start with the pros, the good stuff. Number one, it's cheap, okay. In your big box stores like Lowe's and Home Depot, you can get tubes of silicone as cheap as like $4, $5. The G brand is a good brand, but $4 or $5. At Walmart actually sells. They have a big section now of different types of caulk and stuff, and I've been getting mine for less than $3 a tube. Okay, so that's really cheap. Okay. Another good thing is the local availability of these things. You know, you can get it anytime you need. You don't have to order it, wait, stuff like that, especially if you have something like what I run into. Like, I'll sculpt something that I need to mock up really quick, you know, just so I can get a base, cast it, and then work from that point. This method is really good for that. I would say rapid prototyping, because the products are available and you could use them rather quickly. Let's see, another advantage. Those are basically the biggest advantages and pros to this method, because you are kind of restricted with this method. Alright, so we'll go into the cons. Alright, the bad stuff. Okay. One of the first things I realized when I started working with this stuff is it has an awful vinegary smell, and you can just smell that it's not good for you to sit there and breathe. So you're going to need a respirator, an organic respirator. These look all different ways, but basically it's the respirator with the cartridges, not a dust filter, not a dust mask, but an actual respirator. With one of these, you will not be able to smell it, and you won't have to worry about the carcinogens and stuff like that in the actual caulk. And it'll also keep your sinuses clear, because this stuff will mess with your sinuses. This is industrial or commercial grade caulk we're talking about, so it's made to seal off stuff. Alright, so another bad thing about it is it has an adhesive property. Okay, which means it will stick to whatever you're putting it on. Okay, now if you're molding something out of clay, like a plasticine, a never drying clay, modeler's clay, you'll be all right. It won't stick, and once it cures, once the silicone cures, it loses the stickiness property and works just like regular silicone, doesn't stick to anything. Okay, once it cures. So you definitely want to watch out, like if you're wanting to mold an object that is not clay, let's say plastic, okay? Before you mold that object, you're going to need to put a liberal coat of like Vaseline or some kind of petroleum lubricant. That way it will not stick, because when that stuff sticks, it sticks and it's hard to remove. So, which I've ran into that, and I'm solving that problem as we speak. That's another big thing. And I guess one of the other big things is I'm an avid Dragon Skin user from Smooth On. It enables me to make thin molds that are very stretchy and durable without having to use a lot of silicone. This particular method, you will have to layer up your silicone. Okay, like in my last video, y'all see I'm molding up a helmet. I'm going at least 3 layers. Okay, and I would recommend on bigger objects at least 3 layers, at least an 1/8 inch thick at a time. Okay, or more. But the general rule I like to keep is do not put the silicone thicker than a 1/4 inch. Keep it as, you know, maybe 1/8 inch, a little more, but don't put it more than a 1/4 inch. That way you can be assured that it will cure properly. Okay, which is a big thing, because sometimes you can put a layer too thick and layer on top, layer on the bottom, and the middle layer won't cure. Or you'll put your detail layer too thick and the detail layer won't cure, and then you have a problem because you have to tear it all back off and start again. Okay, so keep in mind that principle that you will have to layer this stuff up. You can't go over a 1/4 inch thick between layers. Okay, and drying time and curing time between layers, this is how I like to do it. I like to put on a layer and then wait 4 to 6 hours. Okay, so this is not a fast process. With regular silicone, you know, you could put it on and in 45 minutes be ready for the next coat. You know, this stuff you're going to have to allow the time for it to cure. Alright, the thicker it is, the longer it takes to cure. So the thinner layers you put, the faster it will cure. And this you will be able to tell by actually doing it. Different places, different climates, going to cure differently. Alright. Household and commercial silicones cure by water and moisture in the air. Okay. So you will have to have your spray bottle. Okay. And whenever you're done with your layer, mist a layer of water on it. That will help it cure. So that's another thing you'll need. And one other thing. I'm trying to think. Oh, when you're actually applying this stuff, you will need a jar or a cup with some really soapy water. And in one of the other videos, or the next video, whichever it ends up, I'll actually be showing you how I